And welcome back to the Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play, done by CaptainTurbo. And as you can tell, this is not him. This is Red Nova, the guy who helped co-op play with him on this one. Because, well, he was going to go through most of this game blind.
No, I went through most of this game blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm letting Nova do the intro, obviously. This is part of his Let's Play as well, technically. And he didn't get a chance to do the intro during the thing because of this, that, and the other, so... We'll split the intros when it comes to post-commentary, why not?
Yep.
Oh, dear me. Anyway, yeah, just more low-level shit to take care of at the moment, guys.
Yep.
I'm afraid we don't really have a whole lot to say. To be honest, like I said, we'll probably go off topic quite often during these, because there's only so much you can say when you're not in the actual midst of it yourself. When we were doing this, obviously we were talking like, yeah, you do this, I do that, and all that, and I'll spell this. But here's the thing, when you're doing post-commentary, especially on an MMO, it's a lot harder, especially... thingy. Obviously, when I still don't know the game very well. Obviously, Nova knows it a lot better than I do. Because seriously, how many hours have you got into it at the moment?
Yeah, and even then, there's still aspects of the game that I still haven't gotten into because I just still not interested in all that stuff, like the whole crafting and gathering thing, for example, or even, now I've done certain dungeons that were optional, but I'm doing them for the first time because I didn't really care about doing them back in, like, the Realm Reborn hard mode dungeons of ones that you would have already done, but
I assume you get more experience for them, though.
Well, probably, yeah, you would, because those dungeons are at level 50, basically. Those are...
Makes sense.
And then just continue on what I was saying last time about the whole... Why it's difficult to be a healer is because, well, you're not just targeting enemies like you would most of the time attack them, you have to worry about target your own party to cast the spells and healing them and all that stuff.
It's not just that, you've also got to look after yourself as well, in case it comes after you. And
usually the people who are going to take the most damage are going to be the tanks, because obviously they're attracting all the enemies' attention and having the enemies go after them instead, so that the DPS can attack the enemies without taking the hits, because they're not meant to take the damage as much as the tanks are.
Like I said, I mean, this is spoiling it for much later, but you guys will probably forget by then. I won't go into the boss itself too much, but there was a boss much later on, and it was one of my earliest times using the healer. And the problem was, I was having to heal up everybody really, really quickly, but my MP just wouldn't coincide with the need for me to heal up. So it took us a long time. I'm not gonna lie, I was fucking terrible.
Yeah. And actually, that's one of them where we didn't know about the ability that was mentioned by my free company buddy, by somebody else, with the ability Lucid Dreaming, which actually helps with MP restoration. But I didn't know it back then, and...
I think I may have had it, or if I didn't, I just hadn't. I didn't know I did. Like I said, here's the problem with Arcanist that I found. You don't start getting good spells for Healer and Scholar and Summoner until level 50, but unfortunately by then... That is where you're going to be at the end game of Realm Reborn, so...
Yeah.
If it came along a little bit faster, it wouldn't have mattered so much, but...
And actually, that's kind of the problem with any class or job, not just healer, you get your better abilities later on, and by then you're getting into the more difficult part of the game.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of wish I just stuck as Arcanist until after Realm Reborn at this point. Because at least with that, I could at least focus on and learn the spells I had, instead of trying to figure out which one to use for the end game. Because at the end of the day, it just didn't really fucking help all that much, to be honest, learning the other two. Yeah, well, I think the only problem with that was that once you get to, like, past level 30, you don't actually learn stuff as an Arcanist anymore. You would only have to learn things as one of your jobs. That's where... I mentioned about the whole having to get into a job at some point, because... I guess you got a point, but at the same time, there's a lot of spells you don't learn until past 50, so... Yeah.
But even then, you have to be a certain job to learn those spells. You usually have to have the crystal for that job equipped, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, yeah. Like I said, I did those. Yeah. And we'll be doing commentary on those much later, so... Yeah.
Just the whole class... Yeah, the whole class thing was just meant for early on until you actually get to, like... Let's say level 30, and once you get there, it's pretty much time to move on to a job. This is for anybody who hasn't played a FF14 before, because you try to go on past level 30 for too long with a class, and you're probably going to run into problems a lot later, especially like if you get past Realm Reborn, I mean, good luck trying to go through the game.
It's like that. I mean, I do agree with what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. The problem is, I did try both Summoner and Scholar out eventually, but the thing is, there's so few spells you'll learn between level 30 and level 50 that, honestly, in a way, it's just kind of not worth it. Yeah,
and what you had already admitted this earlier in, I think in the first part we did post-com.
Part 9.
Well, not the last part, but like way back in part 1.
Oh, part 1, sorry, yeah. Well, we basically discussed it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you admitted that you made a mistake in trying the whole Arcanist route.
Yeah, I'll explain that again real quickly, is the fact that when it comes to certain, like, action RPGs, like Xenoblade Chronicles and all that stuff, I'll generally tend to play as healer, because usually the AI of the games are fucking terrible when it comes to healing, so I usually like to take care of it myself. Yeah. And I thought, an MMO is technically just similar to an action RPG. I'll do something where I can still hit, I can still hit enemies if I need to, but I can also heal people off if need be. And that is why I originally wanted to go with Scholar. But unfortunately, and to do that, obviously you need to start with Arcanist. If I'd known what I know now, 90 plus parts and around 100 hours worth of fucking Let's Play there, I would not have gone with Arcanist. I would have gone with like Red Mage, Black Mage, whatever. I may have even gone with some kind of warrior class, to be honest, at the end of it.
You would have gone with a different class/job than this.
Yeah, I would not have gone Arcanist.
Yeah. Because, healing in this game there's quite a bit more to it than just, because enemies in this game tend to be not quite as stupid.
It's not only just that. It does feel... I feel that you're not given the appropriate spells necessary early on quickly enough when it comes to either the Scholar or the Summoner class, so... I don't know. It's like I say, if I could go back and restart, obviously, I would definitely not have gone Arcanist. I don't know what I would have gone as. I didn't really pay much attention to the other classes, but I definitely would not have gone Arcanist again. And it is the reason why, when we do the next portion of the game, I will not be either Summoner or Scholar. I will be trying out other stuff. I'll be trying out Red Mage and see how that works. If that works fine, great. If it doesn't, I'll try something else, because quite honestly, I'm not happy with Arcanist at all.
And the main reason I threw out the Red Mage from the try is because he currently had gotten to level 50 by the end of the whole thing. Yeah, 51?
Yeah, it was 51 up to.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because the Red Mage, along with Samurai, are both classes or jobs that when you start off, you actually start those jobs off at level 50 because they were introduced when Stormblood came out. So for that reason, there wouldn't be much of a drop-off if he got into Red Mage and he actually enjoyed it.
One level is not going to be much of a difference.
Yeah. It's a lot better than trying to say going back to a class and job route that was like beginning of the game and then you have to grind all that up again, or even... Well, actually, I just mentioned the other option, but the problem is they're not available right now. I was going to miss the Heavensward jobs, but the problem is you have to reach Ishgard for those, and even then, those you still would start back at level 30, which is not as bad, but there's still some grinding.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Especially since grinding is probably the only thing I did not enjoy when it came to this Let's Play.
Yeah. I mean, there are better tips of ways to grind in this. Well, it's just we didn't really, because we were doing it for a Let's Play, that obviously had to be done off camera and all that.
Yeah, I mean,
mostly.
I've got, let's say, the Let's Play took about 95 hours in total, but a lot of that is also including grinding. I would say probably about 40% of the entire time I've got on Steam for this game was just grinding for this Let's Play. Yeah. It's just ridiculous,
and really. Plus the fact that the grinding options are really not available until later if you're talking just about dungeons. You're talking duty roulette main scenario or duty roulette level 50, 60 dungeons or all that.
Or what's the other ones you can get? Is it the achievements or something like that?
Well, there might be like fake quests you could do. Well, they're not.
I mean is if you do dungeons and you can get if you get 5 recommendations or something, you get some experience and stuff like that.
Or if you do a certain amount of dungeons, I think you get points for that as part of the achievements you get under a challenge log.
The challenge log, that was what I was thinking of.
Yeah. And actually, the good thing about the challenge log is that those refill weekly. So I mean, if you get them for 1 week, you can go back and then get them another week afterwards.
Oh no,
so.
dude, it's less than a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a day.
Oh, is it?
The most it is 48 hours because I remember I did the thing to get like 5 dungeons in 24 hours, and then I came back like 2 days later or less than that, even did some more grinding. I got it again, so it's definitely less than a week.
That definitely helps because you get experience each day by doing that.
But the problem
sorry. And the thing is, I didn't even know about this, but those whole unsinking dungeons things that I didn't know about back then, where you could actually go into a dungeon and try and solo yourself if you're trying to get the challenge achievement and you're high enough level, you go back to a lower level dungeon and basically power your way through it.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, guys. There are other ways. You could take side quests. You can do a bunch of other stuff. You can do plenty of fates and stuff.
Yep.
It's just purely and here's the thing. I have shit on the game a little bit here and there. The thing is, though, you gotta remember. Excuse me. I was on a time limit, and I was basically just trying to get through the main story, so I had to rush.
Right.
I didn't have time to learn properly. It is part of the reason I had been over there the entire time, and the reason I asked him because I knew he knew the game better than I did, and I needed a guide.
Yep.
Perfectly honest, I would not have gotten through the game on my own in 60 days. I might have gotten through half of it at best.
No, yeah.
So I won't lie to anything. It was a bit of a rush, but here's the thing: I do know the game a little bit better now, and the next portion of the game is basically going to be us just having a little bit of fun with the game. I'm going to be trying out some new. I'll be trying out the Red Mage. Maybe if that doesn't work, maybe something else. We are planning other stuff. Obviously, we'll talk about that when we get to the credits, which we have already recorded, as I said. But we've got plenty of stuff to do then, and we do know the game a little bit better. So, all these things, I mean, grinding, yes, it's annoying, it's part of the game. But remember, I didn't get to experience the other things that the game has to offer in order to just be fun. We didn't do chocobo racing, we didn't do... what was it? Fucking not molding. The thing you haven't done.
Crafting.
We didn't do craft or anything.
Crafting and gathering. Yeah, right.
We didn't do any of that stuff, guys. We haven't seen everything the game has to offer. Other than the main quest.
And I haven't done crafting and gathering, to be fair, because I've never been interested in doing it. At some point, if I do get interested, I'll probably do it on one of my other characters and learn about it. But for now, there's enough other stuff in the game to deal with. So.
Well, I don't blame you for that, dude, because here's the thing. I've had Dragon Age Origins since it came out in 2008. I only learned to craft in that fucking game about 6 months ago. And that's been out since 2007, I think, so...
Yeah.
It's just one of the things that I'm also not all that interested in, but I get completely when you come from it. And yes, apparently this is the first time you've seen the Drydocks in the Let's Play. Because I'm tuning into the Aetherite crystal right here.
Yep.
I'm spending a decent amount of time here.
Yeah, you got your delivery Google, which is also a place you go to if you got mail to read.
Of course, but as I already mentioned, one of the live parts earlier with SG, you saw me read the mail, so... It's the same exact message anyway, so you don't need to see it again.
Yep.
Do you know who this guy reminds me of? The fucking jet black hair.
No.
A fucking shade of green version of David Boreanaz. You know Angel from Buffy?
Huh.
I guess you don't.
Yeah, I don't, unfortunately.
He also was the voice of Leon or Squall from Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I do know.
Unfortunately, didn't return for the role, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss Talking Banana. It'd be funny just to push him off the ledge here. I do like this shot of the ship, though.
Yeah, it's a nice ship.
It's like a Fabergé egg. And people working on the front of it, apparently. I just realized his gloves or whatever, his wristbands are like purple. So I gotta ask, obviously you've played the game for how many hours now?
Over 800 hours.
Jesus fucking Christ. What's been your favorite class to play as?
Well, my favorite class job.
You've at least
I'd say at this point I'd have to say. Honestly, I have to say samurai at this point.
The samurai.
Yeah.
Any particular reason?
It's just the way it plays. I think I really like. Really fits with me.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah, even though you don't actually start until, like, you have to be level 50. I mean, it's still, I mean, even then when you started at level 50, you've already got enough abilities that you've been leveling it up the entire time, because it has this kind of like the same spots when you would learn abilities or start learning them if you were to normally level it up from 1 in terms of where it would fall, so.
Yeah, here's the thing, it took you a long time to keep leveling up. I mean, what level were you at by the time we finished? Was it 57 or 58?
I think like 58 possibly.
I was gonna say, because by the time we finished
with it, but now I think I'm at level 60 with it.
Oh, I know it's changed since you've
we
finished, obviously, because you keep playing on the character. So
yeah, I was grinding on the character so I could get Ironwood's gear and stuff like that, and get it augmented and all that stuff.
Fair enough. Like I say, this guy right here, he's already fucking preparing for the next bout of this.
Yep.
Me, not so much. I've got other shit I gotta contend with.
Yeah. And I will be doing more grinding for more poetics, so I can get ready to get the Shire gear at the end of Heavensward and get that augmented as well. Although I won't have to, thankfully for that, it won't be as bad, because when I got that job boosting kit, I actually got unaugmented Shire gear in there, so I won't have to literally buy everything. I just have to get the accessories and the weapon, and then basically the upgrade materials for those and the gear that I got for the job boosting kit. So
nice.
I'll at least save a little bit of the poetics there. Because just to get the body and leg wear for either, whether we're talking Shire or gear or Ironworks gear, it costs about like a combined 8 to 900 poetics for those. And we're not even talking like the upgrade materials for them yet either. So that's already been a savings. Thankfully, there are ways to get poetics. I mean, well enough if you know what you're doing, like the main scenario dungeon or another one. Well, one that's not available to us now because there's no level 60 dungeons yet to be unlocked. But
alright, so something I should probably bring up right now, just in case it hasn't been brought up before. If you see a word that's etched in orange when talking to a character, it means he wants you to do the emote for it.
Yeah.
This is something that took me a while to understand at the beginning of the game. So,
yeah.
I don't know during the Let's Play, but I think when I originally tried the game about a year and a half ago, whatever, it took me like 5 minutes probably to understand what it wanted me to do, because I wasn't paying attention to the instructions. So my own fault, but yeah.
Another way, if you don't see it there and you have what the next step in the current quest is on the right side of the screen like he has here, it'll also show you in there if you have to do an emote. You'll see a /down, for example. That's basically another way of doing that emote. Basically, of typing in the chat log.
We're done without a doubt, and now we're going to be starting right in the shipwright.
Yep, level 12 quest, so still got some ways out before we get into that first dungeon, because I think that's a level 15 thing.
I think it's actually higher than that.
Actually, level 16 to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be 16, because that's when the whole duty finder leveling appears. It starts at level 16.
Also, a quick, sort of a spoiler here, guys. All post-commentary for now will last up until including part 15. When you get to part 16 is when we're back to live commentary. Just FYI, just in case anybody was wondering. So, obviously after that, our voices will be traveling back in time to 2.5 months ago, whatever. So a lot of what we're talking about now will probably not be mentioned at all. Like me doing the Red Mage and stuff will not even be brought up.
Yeah.
So, that's just one of the problems with things like post commentary when you've done
Yeah.
live at certain points. But then again, there was no other way. It was either this or leave it out, and there's no way I was leaving it out.
No.
Not all that just for fucking one session. No way. And thankfully, I'd have absolutely raged like crazy if I'd have had to do a session that was lost at the end.
Yeah, that was.
Because I would have had to play the entire game again up to that point.
Yeah.
At the very least with this, it only took me like probably 10 hours max to do all this, so.
Yeah. Well, hopefully from that you at least sort of a better way to deal with the files and all that too.
Yeah, that's why I usually don't let the file last for more than an hour. Plus, obviously, because I'm like, all right, I'm stopping here, and then I'll start again straight after. But there's also, I make sure I leave the file on the computer before I start. It's not like I transfer it onto my hard drive and to transfer it over and then delete it anymore. I don't do that. I leave it on the hard drive until I made sure the part's edited fully. Because if it's not, I can just go get the raw file again.
Yeah.
I have learned that lesson. Although I think I pointed this out last time, there was some kind of issue with Part 57. Unfortunately, it was pretty story-driven as well, so I couldn't just leave it out. But I've had to fucking lower the... It had the same problem as in it's corrupt and it won't move anywhere. But strangely enough, the entire part will play on like a video player. So I've had to copy that I've had to record that with OBS. So the quality is pretty low, but it's better than nothing. Because I can't play the entire game up to fucking 57 again. That's like fucking level 35, 40 shit right now.
Yeah.
A Queekern Beachcomber?
Yeah. Actually, fun fact, this area that we're in right now, I think is an area that visited as part of a Dark Knight job quest, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just realized, this is probably the only ice section we'll see for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see another one until much later.
Yeah, until we get the Korthus region.
Oh, yes, the place with only one fucking teleport in position.
Yeah.
God damn it, that place was huge as well.
Yeah. And this is Central Highlands, not the Western one, which is even bigger, and also has only one teleport. That's at the beginning of it.
I do think that's also another problem, is the fact that the game uses a few more teleporters, especially in the bigger areas.
At least the Dravanian Forelands and Heavensward has two of them in there. Cough, spoilers.
You've played further into the game. This is just off the top of my head. Is there anything like a Deadland, like, fucking cemetery type of landscape anywhere?
You mean the whole area being like that, or?
Yeah, like a place where the undead lives type of thing.
I don't think there's anything like that in terms of the whole area. The closest thing I linked to that would be the Lokes, which is the final area in Stormblood, but that's only a portion of the area. There's like gravestones there for people that are dead, and there's like a kind of a abandoned, like kind of a place where undead are, but that's the closest thing I can say to that.
I'm a bit surprised it didn't go with the trope then.
Yeah, because there's the thing, most of the area itself is not really centered around that. It's just a portion of it. The main portion of the area is just where you enter, which is Port Praetoria, which is where the Resistance's last area is before, Alamigo is, which is the very end of the area. And one which, by the way, you could actually see Alamigo itself is so huge that you can literally see the castle or the place itself from the beginning of the area.
Oh, and by the way, people, just off the top of my head here, because of when this will be coming up, Happy New Year to everybody, or at least it should be close to that point anyway. Obviously, I don't think I just thought of that until now. Probably even last week or the week before, but yeah, Happy New Year, we're happy 2019, everybody. Yeah,
because I don't think Heavensward has anything like a full graveyard. The closest thing I can think of that might come to that would be Korthus Central or Korthus Western Highlands, because it's basically a frozen wasteland. But there's no graves there or anything. It's so cold there that there's not even water there. Everything's frozen.
I suppose I'll see it later
Yeah.
on when we get to Stormblood.
Oh yeah, or Heaven's Word. Yeah.
Oh,
for that one. Yeah.
Giant crab.
It'll be sooner for that at least.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, hopefully we can get Evan Sword in
Yeah.
next year, but I'm not too fussed if we don't. I don't want to
Yeah.
rush again like we did with this. Like I said, this entire thing, yes, people, is about 91, 92 parts, so that's good for a year and a half. You know, we don't have to rush this anymore.
Yeah. And actually, here's the thing, it was all the parts we had in here. We had all the quests we did. That alone equals the 7th Astral Era, which is post Realm Reborn, plus
but
Heaven's
not
Word.
quite Evan Sword yet.
Yeah. Plus Heaven's Word, the main part, plus the part after Heaven's Word, which is post Heaven's Word, known as the Dragon Song War. All 3 of those would equal almost the same number of parts we did just in Realm Reborn alone.
Yeah.
So that's why I threw that out there about doing those 3 portions next year, because not only that, as far as the leveling situation, we'll be in a much better place for that, because we'll be in like at least mid-levels 50s and early on, so we don't have to worry much about stopping because we're running into a level deadlock or whatever.
Yeah, like I said, around Christmas time, I'll probably get another subscription just to fuck around and try out the Red Mage and stuff and record a little bit of the Palace of the Dead and all that, so...
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or something, anyway. We'll talk about it probably closer to Christmas. But like I say, I do want a couple of months away from this game for now. I've focused so much on Final Fantasy XIV over the course of June and July that... Yeah, it was just kind of a headache once I got to the end, and don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the game, but definitely was glad to get away from it. Yeah,
it's one of those where, if you're not used to playing an MMO and you need a break from the game, people need to take a break from the game, because that's it.
Listen, I had no idea it would actually end up taking, I'd have 9 days left, even after taking that 2-week absence due to my illness, and...
Yeah.
We actually did really good on time in the end. I didn't realize we'd have that much time left. With the way SG was talking, I didn't think we were going to have the time to finish it off. But we actually ended up having more than enough time to spare, so...
Yeah. Well, I think when he was talking, he was referring to, if we tried to do, the post-Realm Reborn portion, I think that's what he was laughing at, which I don't blame him, because...
I don't know, because if you think about it, if I hadn't taken those 2 weeks off, and we would have had over 3 weeks left.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably onto something there. The only reason I say that is because that portion of the game does drag out a bit with West, because...
I suppose grinding actually would have been a problem, now that I think about it.
Yeah, well, for post-Realm Reborn, not so much, because that part of the game, which is those 7th Astral Era, they're all level 50 quests.
Oh, they are? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's not actually bad, then.
It's once you get into Heaven's Word that they start going up to level 51 and past there, up to level 60 or whatever.
Ah, I see. All right, well, that's good to know, because if that's the case, we might actually do some of those quests this winter then instead of next year.
Yeah.
We'll see. How long we got left on this part, by the way? Oh, we got just about 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you've got time later, we'll come back and do a bit more. So,
yeah,
I'll just have to kick Gold's ass at Freedom Planet first. I can't see myself winning that one, even though I picked it. I haven't played the game in a fucking year, so.
Yeah. Oh god, I can just imagine Gold trying to play this game. He would be so lost.
Jesus.
Oh, he would be so lost at this.
Well, to be fair, he wouldn't anyway. He'd have to pay monthly.
Oh, yeah.
He refuses to pay for a Steam account because he thinks he has to pay monthly.
Rip.
Man, I really wish we could hear the music right now.
Yeah.
Really glad we're nearly done because I need to go to the bathroom really, really badly. I actually don't know if I finish off where the heart is. I don't even know how I got that, to be honest. I genuinely think I was confused over how I even got it, but if it stays on, I apologize. You won't see it once we go back to live commentary, of course, so even if it does stay on for the rest of the post-commentary stuff, don't worry about it. It won't be there for live.
Yeah.
No. Looks like they're roasting that rock from if you squint your eyes.
Yeah, it does, actually.
I'm actually really looking forward to that one, like, big brawl in the small town, a little bit further back. The one I kept fucking dying on because the character... I can't even remember the fucking name of the place, to be honest. So I'm trying so hard not to shit myself right now. Anything you want to say? Because we got just a little over a minute left.
Nothing coming to mind right now. Other than nice scenery in the background.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. You can't get away from it. You could make a background out of practically any screenshot in this game that you find. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, I'm actually gonna have to go right now, but you can keep going as soon as you see the video pause, dude. I'd really appreciate it if you did an outro for me.
All right.
Because I'm touching cloth, buddy.
Okay. Well, got a little bit less left to go in this part, so when this part ends, we will see you back for the next part, hopefully, and more post-commentary fun with us. And hopefully Turbo won't have to rest to the John. Yep, quest complete. Yep, see ya.